Hello, stay tuned with daily news from Marjaeyat TV. Daily meetings of Grand Jurist Ayatollah Shirazi. The prominent Shia Islamic jurist Grand Ayatollah Shirazi hosts large numbers of religious scholars, seminary teachers and students, religious experts, political figures, civil rights activists, academics, and public groups of people on a daily basis at his central office in the holy city of Qom. In these meetings, the visitors give reports on their activities and listen to the guidelines and advices of the Grand Jurist. The central office of His Holiness hosts public visitors every day until noon prayer. Celebrations of Sha'aban and Islamic ceremonies worldwide. Coinciding with the arrival of the month of Shaban, the religious and cultural institutes of the Grand Jurist Ayatollah Shirazi held celebrations. These ceremonies were attended by religious scholars and speakers, as well as eulogists and public groups of believers.
يروي حبها فضل وإحسان اسمها قلب القرآن في سورة الكوثر وصفها خير النسوان عظيمة للمحشر اسمها قلب القرآن في سورة الكوثر وصفها خير النسوان عظيمة للمحشر أم الحسن والزمن يضرب الأمثال روعة يا فاطمة روعة بالأفضال يبتسم شمعة في العليا روعة يا فاطمة روعة يا زهرة أجمل اسم يبتسم شمعة في العليا على كل حرف وكماله منهاج الصالحين من رب العالمين من مثلها في فضلها فاضت أنوار من نعتها من تحتها تجري أنهار جنة والله ويشهد الله تطفي كل نار صل عليها قر إليها بالبراهين تلقى زادك والله زادك بالنياشين يلتحبها من عذبها خذ رياحين رضاها أسمى الغايات من النبي وصى في حبها نزلت آيات ولك ألف قصة رضاها أسمى الغايات من النبي وصى في حبها نزلت آيات ولك ألف قصة هذه العمل والأمل يشهد التنزيل روعة يا فاطمة روعة بالتأويل يبتسم شمعة في العليا روعة يا فاطمة روعة يا زهرة أجمل اسم يبتسم شمعة في العليا روعة يا فاطمة روعة يا زهرة الله على هالاسم وجماله على كل حرف وكماله منهاج الصالحين من رب العالمين أنا الحسن روحش كثر والهانا يا حسين لك وبمولدك فرحانة أنا الحسن روحش كثر والهانا يا حسين لك وبمولدك فرحانة عطر الورد هبك عبير الولا يتشابه الأوصاف ويا وصافك، انت النبي قبلك من شفافك، وبكربلاء هنيالك المنطافك، وبمولدك يا سعد حظ شافك، والشهد هنياله صورتك يتلاله، والشهد هنياله بصورتك يتلاله، طعم الشهد بينور الدنيانا، آل الحسن روحش كثر والهان، آل الحسن روحش كثر والهانا، يا حسين لك وبمولدك فرحانا، عطر الوريد
Iraqi tribal chiefs meet Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Holy Komi 1. Several Iraqi tribal chiefs met with the Grand Jurist Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Shirazi during their visit to the Grand Jurist Central Office in Holy Kom on last Friday, April 20, 2018. In this meeting, the Grand Jurist pointed to historic revolution of 1920 in Iraq, in which the Iraqi people and tribal communities, under the leadership of the late Ayatollah Sheikh Muhammad Taghi Shirazi, imposed a humiliating defeat on the British colonizers. His Eminence stated the British colonizers conceded 2 defeats from the leading Islamic jurists of Shia Islam. Today, the brave nation of Iraq has all the potentials of its predecessors 100 years ago. They have everything in common with that powerful generation of Iraq who imposed those defeats on the most powerful colonial power of the world. But the most important matter today is that we shouldn't let the same disasters that happened after the 1920 revolutions be repeated. The Grand Jury then added, Iraq is a sacred land. This land belongs to Imam Ali, Imam Hussein, Imam Kadem, Imam Jawad, Imam Hadi, Imam Hassan Askari, and Imam al-Mahdi. This land belongs to Hazrat Abbas, Muslim ibn Aqil, the great Sayyid Muhammad, son of Imam Hadi. Iraq is the house of Ahlul Bayt, and it needs to notice 2 things. 1. Unison and solidarity. The Iraqi tribes, the intellectuals and the youth should stand united and become one voice despite all their differences. This is a serious and important mission which should not go unnoticed. 2. The Iraqi youth must be attended to. They are the people who will shape the future of Iraq and even the world in general. Further, the Grand Jurist pointed to the selfless and sincere services of the Iraqi youth during the Arabic annual pilgrimage in Iraq and said, today the Iraqi youth need help and assistance that can bring them together within the culture of the Holy Ahlul Bayt. It should be noticed that anyone who takes ahead of Ahlul Bayt is a rebel and anyone who lags behind is degenerate. Salvation is only for the people who stay with Ahlul Bayt until they meet their destination. In conclusion, the Grand Jurist said, in the dark times of Iraq, the brave Iraqi tribes offered their services to the Holy Ahlul Bayt and remain loyal to them. Today they should again be at the service of the Holy Ahlul Bayt and lead everyone to this path. This is what guarantees the future of Iraq. It is worth noting that these Iraqi tribal chiefs offered their written allegiance to the Grand Jurist during this visit. Sheikh Ali Abdul Khaliq Hemyari read the contests of this allegiance pact at the presence of the Grand Jurist. This pact held the role of Islamic leadership as a safely value and said, as it's known, when our nation was threatened by many dangers, the religious leaders stood up to defend the sanctuaries and people against these dangers. They managed to keep all these dangers and threats away from us. The history of Iraq and Iran and other Islamic countries can remember the brave and wise policies of the Shirazi Islamic jurists in such critical time. The momentous fatwa of your predecessor, the late Ayatollah Muhammad Taghi Shirazi, is a good proof to this statement, because after this fatwa in 1920, all Iraqi tribal communities became one against the British invaders and succeeded to force them out of the country. In 1819, following the famous tobacco protest fatwa, the people of Iran created an uprising to defeat the enemies. The great family of Shirazi scholars have always played their influential role in critical times of the Muslim nations. Also in this pact, the Iraqi tribal chiefs treasured their meeting with the Grand Jurist on the beginning days of Shaban and said, on purpose of this visit here is to announce our allegiance to you and your path, which is the same path of your ancestors and the Holy Prophet of Islam, peace be upon him. We also emphasize that we will be beside you until the last drop of our blood, and by the wills of God, we will remain so in the future. At the end of this meeting, the Iraqi tribes gave their pact of allegiance to the Grand Jurist Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Shirazi. Rasul Akram and Marjaeyat TV continue activities at Karbala Book Fair. Rasul Akram Cultural and Religious Institute and Marjaeyat TV continue their activities at Karbala International Book Fair in this city. These two centers displayed the works and publications of the Grand Jurist Ayatollah Shirazi for public visitors. Over the past few days, large numbers of religious and cultural figures, including delegations from the holy shrines of Imam Hussein and Hazrat Abbas in holy Karbala, as well as several offices of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, visited these two centers at Karbala Book Fair.